I've had a chance to do some sit-down interviews with Scott before I bring our host up. Scott's concept is to try and get out there and reach out to people. And one of the interviews, I asked him about all the social media and Twitter and message boards, and Scott's of the belief that those things are important, but these kind of events really is what drives athletics. There's nothing like getting out and shaking people's hands and talking to people face to face, and that's really what it's about tonight. So towards the tail end, there'll be a Q&A session, so if you have questions about where USF Athletics is headed, this is your sort of opportunity to do that. Great setting. I walked in, I felt like I was on a cruise ship. I've been on a few cruises, and I thought I was in the grand ballroom when I came in, except I noticed instead of the ocean outside, it's a beautiful golf course. But and we can thank the setup for Gary and his wife Debbie, Gary Butler and Debbie Butler, and we're going to bring them up along with Jack and Sue Boland.
For me, 11 months ago, I jumped in a van with my 3 kids, my wife, 2 cats and a dog. We drove 3,126 miles across this great country. Saw a lot of great things. But what I find every day, and more, especially on a day like today, it was so beautiful, is that this is the greatest part of the country and the greatest city in the world. I can tell you that, from listening to Rex Walters, I'm going to steal a line from him. It's one of very few cities in the world that you have to pay to get in. And the great thing about being in San Francisco and being at the University of San Francisco is that right there, that name. And that's our greatest asset. And for us to be able to understand what that means when we recruit, understand what the pride that comes with being, a University of San Francisco alumni, being a University of San Francisco student, former student athlete, whatever your connection may be, the great thing about what we're trying to do is bring that all back and have great pride in it. When I look at our program, we have so much history and so many great things that are happening at the institution. You combine those things with the vision that we have for our athletic department, we're going to do great things.
One quick thing I want to share with you guys about one of our players, Mel Cloak. I don't know if any of you saw the article that was in the Chronicle about her, but both of her parents are Cambodian, barely speak any English, were both in concentration camps, moved to the United States, had I don't know how many kids, and Mel grew up with like 18 people in probably a 2-bedroom home, and just a really, really tough environment. But she was recruited by the former staff and quit actually after her freshman year. So that was kind of in the transition between the former coach and then me getting to USF. And so, I heard, this player Mel wants to be back on the team, and I said, no way. You quit once, you'll quit again, no. So then about 5 of her teammates came into my office and they said, listen, you just have to hear her story. So I said, okay, because you guys are here, I'm gonna. So she came and she sat down in front of me, and I said, so what happened, why did you quit? Well, the coach this and the coach that. I said, you're telling me all the wrong things. The coach, like, what if you don't like me? I mean, this is not, but I could see something, some light, or, something special in her. This year, she scored 32 points against St. Mary's. They were a top 25 team at the time. She has just gone like this. She is going to graduate with a degree from USF and be actually probably one of the best players that's played at USF. I think she's going to have an outstanding senior season, but it's because of the support that we're able to help kids like that would never in a million years have a chance to go to college. And she's going to represent San Francisco, USF, all of us very, very well as she goes into the world. And one of the reasons that I love USF as opposed to a lot of schools that are out there is that it really is about the whole person. It truly is. I mean, from spiritually, mentally, physically, everything. It's the complete package.